Hey, sugar, it's your girl Risa coming at y'all on this Tuesday morning, y'all. It's Tell God About It Tuesday, y'all. Just tell him all about it. All your hurts, your discouragements, all your moments of feeling lonely, all your worries, your cares, your stress, your joys, your fears, everything, y'all. Tell God all about it and let him work it out for you. Thank y'all for coming this morning. Y'all know it's little old me that love to talk. And, yeah, it's just me, y'all. So I'm up this morning. I want to first start off by asking everybody to pray, touch and agree with me in prayer for our little man, little Cokie Bug, Corey. He is not feeling well, y'all. His allergies seem to be getting worse. I had not seen his allergies act up this bad in 2 years. And ever since we went on the trip and we came back, his allergies have just been off the chain. And he woke up in the middle of the night, eyes swollen shut like Mr. Magoo, okay? And he was just crying and itching, and I don't know. The medicine that he's on, it doesn't seem like it's working too much, but because I have to give him Zyrtec and Benadryl for quick relief. And they stopped me from giving him the nasal spray because of his immune system. You know, you get any cuts and scrapes and stuff like that. So, can't use that. But anyway, you know, I know I could come to my people. Corey's aunties and uncles and cousins and stuffuses like that, you know. And yeah, I said stuffuses. So, today, you guys, I want to start off. I'm getting ready to do something to my face and my hair. But I am reading James 4, chapter 4. And I'm going to start off by reading that. Now, y'all know this is going to be a long video. So if y'all not in the mood for a long video this morning, I'm going to need you to go ahead and just exit out. And it's all good. And find something that suits your spirit this morning. And the topic is things to avoid is what it says. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I got it. Things to avoid. Hold on. Turn the TV down because I got my gospel station on. And I'm going to get my eyes so I won't stumble over too many words this morning. Yes, honey. Hey, sugar. It's time for class, y'all. So here we go. It says, what is the source of quarrels and conflicts among you? That's a question that we all can ask ourselves today. What is the source of quarrels and conflicts among you? Is not the source your pleasures that wage war in your members? Another question. You lust and do not have, so you commit murder. And you are envious and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have because you do not ask. You ask and do not receive, but you ask with wrong motives, so that you may spend it on your pleasures. How many can actually admit to a few of these? You ask with wrong motives sometimes. You ask, but you do not receive. That's 2 of them. I know I've asked and I do not receive. So that you may spend it on your pleasures. Yeah, spend it on my pleasures. I've done that. Yes, I have. You adulteress, do you not know that friendship with the world is hostility toward God. Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. Or do you think that the scripture speaks to no purpose? Jealousy, desires the spirit which he has made to dwell in us. But he gives a greater grace. There it is, key right there. He gives a greater grace. Therefore it says, God is opposed to the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Submit therefore to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Be miserable and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned into mourning, and your joy into gloom. Humble yourselves in the presence of the Lord, and he will exalt you. Do not speak against one another, brethren. He who speaks against a brother or judges his brother speaks against the law and judges the law. But if you judge the law, you are not a doer of the law, but a judge of it. There is only one lawgiver and judge, the one who is able to save and to destroy, giving God the glory. He is the only one, the one who is able to save and the one who can destroy. But who are you who judge your neighbor? Who are you? What gives us the right to judge anybody? What gives us the right to feel as though our opinion really and truly matters in that way, to judge someone? Now, we can give our opinion in a loving, kind, and corrective way without being judgmental. We need to seek a way to do that, because once we do that, we begin to honor God with our actions and our thoughts and our words. We begin to do what his word tells us to do. Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we shall go to such and such a city and spend a year there and engage in business and make a profit. Yet you do not know what your life will be like tomorrow. You are just a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. Instead, you are to say, if the Lord wills, we shall live and also do this or that. But as it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. Therefore, to one who knows the right thing to do and does not do it, to him it is sin. So that last one, verse 13, come now, you who say today or tomorrow. It's just like you say, girl, next week we're going to get up and we're going to drive down to Orlando and we're going to have us a good old time. God said that's a sin to do that because we don't know what tomorrow holds. But what we should say is, you know what? If it is God's will, next week we're going to get up, we're going to get in our ride, we're going to drive down to Orlando and we're going to have us a good old time. If it is God's will. Because first of all, we got to go to him. If he does not say yes, it is not going to happen. Point blank and the period. Do y'all hear me? Yes, ma'am. So things to is what we're going to read today. Chapter 4, James chapter 4, 1 through 13. Okay. Remember, what is your source of your quarrels? What is the source of your arguments, your disagreements? What is the source? Where is the problem? What is the underlying thing that is causing you to be upset and feel as though you got to go at somebody? What is it? It's always something. We got to find out what that is, okay? Find out what is our source. Once you find out what your source is, how can you work it out? God said we should do things in a loving way. We shouldn't do things in a hurtful way. So even if you feel as though you see somebody messing up or doing something wrong, if you don't feel like that can come out the right way, you first of all, you need to ask God to give you the right words to say. And a lot of people feel like, I don't want to have to go through all that. I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to say it because I know what, you know what you're saying. You feel as though you're right. We done lived on this earth for a long time, as though we feel. And we feel like we know a little something we could tell people. But let me tell you something. One thing for certain, two for sure. All of our stuff stay. We are not judging jury over nobody. Do y'all hear that? No one. No one. God is the only judge. And we have to let him change us. Let him change situations. We have to let him guide us in the right direction, y'all. For real. Let him guide us. What is the underlying cause, the root of your quarrels, okay? Your problems, your disagreements, your arguments, your stress. What is it? You woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, you know? I mean, really. If you woke up, child boo, hey, Lord, thank you. I'm a little stressed this morning, so I'm going to need some extra help. I'm going to need you to really, really help me, guide me. Give me your word this morning to help me get out this funk that I woke up in. And that is one of the reasons why God say don't go to bed a certain way. With your mate, don't go to bed angry. Even if you're a single person, go to God in prayer before you go to bed and tell him about your problem. It's not that he don't know what's going on, but that's a way of releasing it when you go to him and talk to him about it. You giving it to him. You're not going to sit and stew on it like I do sometimes. I sit and stew on it. Oh, I ain't mad. I'm going to just go on to bed. Shoot, I'm tired. No. Because one thing for certain and two for sure, when you wake up, you still got the same problem and still no answer. Give it all to him. What is the source of your quarrels? I know for me, I don't like when my husband don't listen to me sometimes. You know. God gave women a sense of intuition. That third eye, as I call it. When you can see things, or when God come and speak to you. Men think a certain type of way. Okay. Women have a lot more intuition. They can see things clearer than men can. Men, they react from actions and their feelings real quick. Well, I'm gonna go on and do it like this, and then I'll think about it later whether I did the right thing or not. So I've learned if I say something and he's not receiving it the way that I plan for him to receive it, a lot of times I don't. Being hard-headed, I just go on and run my doggone mouth. And yeah, I do. Go on and run it. But then I look at when I do close my mouth and let him handle it, I get the result that I was looking for. It's not about me. If God see fit to say something to him, then he will. It's all about what God wants and not what we want. And I have to learn that. It's not about what I want when it comes to correcting people or straightening people out. It's about what kind of results is God going to get from this situation. Now, guys, excuse me. Now, I have James 1, second verse. I just want to read this. Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And let endurance have its perfect result, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. And that is testing your faith. Testing your faith. Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials. How many of us do we really feel as though we could do that? Can be happy. Oh, shoot. I'm getting ready to go through this, Lord. I know I got the victory through this. And I'm just going to sit back and wait to see what you do. Lord, because I know you're going to give me everything that I need to be prosperous in it. So, hey, let's go get ready for this ride. Hey, we're going to walk in faith, standing on his word. That's the kind of attitude we need to have. But do we do that? No, I know I don't. I don't know about nobody else, but shoot, I don't be wanting to see stuff like that come about. I'll be like, oh, look at this. Oh, for real though, here we go. But I was walking yesterday. I don't know where I was. I was out with my husband, and we were talking and all that old good stuff. And, you know, he was talking about a lot of things that we have gone through. He was like, baby, do you even realize that it's been almost 2 years and a few months that we have been in this house? And we talked about a lot of things that we went through. And I was like, it's been almost 2 years that fast. Things go by fast. For real. Truly grateful. Truly grateful I am. Thankful I am. Blessed I am. We are all blessed. Even when I sit back and think about a lot of the things that I went through. Yeah, some of them days, y'all, it was like my stomach just dropped to my feet. Certain things that I went through. But I stand here today and I say, Lord Jesus, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we have the attitude that when things come up, we just instantly start praising the Lord, telling him thank you? Oh, yes. You know, because God created us. That's a fact. He says he will never leave you nor forsake you. That's a fact. If he knows everything about us and has already seen this day, this is the day that he created. Now, he has already created this day. The whole thing is, he knows every single day of our life what we're going to do, say, come and go, and, you know, all of that. If he knows all of that already, the purpose is we have to live it. We got to live it. We got to go through it to get to him, to our destiny, and that is heaven. So, if he has already seen this day, and he knows what's getting ready to happen, can we get up and tell him thank you? Can we get up and smile our way through it? Knowing that if he created it, he is not going to let anything destroy us. Now, you can say, well, what about us dying? That was something that happened before we were formed. We have to come home to him. But it's two ways that we can go. We can go to heaven or we can go to hell. That is the eternal life that we have. Because of what Adam and Eve did, there is now death. We cannot do anything about that. It's a scary thought that the world will never be here anymore. Don't really know what the afterlife holds. You know, if we'll be able to see our friends and our family, talk to each other, laugh, and have a good time. You know, don't really know. But I trust God. If he says you can come to heaven or hell, I want to go to heaven. Because God is all things good. He is all things good. And you say, well, why do some kids be born deformed? Why do some people die, you know, at the hands of somebody else? When it comes for children being sick and ill, there are some things that transform in life that transpire. God can change in an instant. Or he can use that situation to change somebody that needs to be changed. Break down some walls that need to be broken down. Strengthen some spirits that need to be strengthened. Give some comfort where there needs comfort. Some of these kids, have you ever seen those kids that have different handicaps or disabilities? They have the sweetest personality. Beautiful smiles, loving and caring, can brighten up your day as soon as you look at them. But you got some people that's able-bodied, in their right mind. You need about 10 woosah moments to deal with them. It's a lesson to learn. Consider it all joy. Consider it all joy. It's not going to be easy. Galen and I, we went through about maybe 10, 15 years of struggle, because of choices that we made. Being young parents, no college education, started out being parents from the get-go. Not regretting doing so, because there was nothing more that I wanted to do than to be a mother. I enjoy it. I love my children. I do. I totally enjoy it. And I look now at the possibility, not knowing when God is going to do it, of them leaving home. I'm truly grateful. And a lot of people say, how do you do it? All I can tell you is, I just do it. And that is the attitude we have to have. Whenever our trials and tribulations come about, we just pick up and we just do it. We just go, knowing that, hey, there is an end to it. There is an end, but we don't know what the end is going to be. But one thing for certain and two for sure, God will never leave us nor forsake us. He's not going to let it destroy us. It can change us for the better, or we can let it change us for the worse. One or the other. And life is a serious lesson. Once you go through one trial, there is something about that trial that you can use in the next one. There's something about what you went through you can share with somebody else to help them make it through. Trust in the Lord and let Him be your guide. He is awesome. He is marvelous. He has done some things in my life that my husband said, baby, God has done some things I never thought I would live to see happen. I never thought I would be able to receive. I never thought I would have it. That's what he said. I never thought I would be there. But we don't know what God has for us. Sometimes you go, there's no way on God's earth or in heaven anybody would have told me that my little one, for one, that after X amount of years that I would be pregnant in my 40s. Well, in my late 30s is when I got pregnant. That at the time I would be living with my mother, my mom, and we all gathered together to help each other. That's when the economy really, really got bad. But I look at the situation and see how God blessed in everything that happened. He blessed from the beginning. He blessed by making it to the point where my family could be a blessing to somebody. We moved in to help my mom. And in the meantime, we got help too. We were able to do and be with our family and enjoy each other. And then when I found out I was pregnant, there was a sense of, I don't even know what to call it, but it just welled up in me. I'm not going to do it. God is able. He's going to take care of me. Here, and I'm thinking of, okay, I know what kind of income I make. Lord, thank you. I already have 5 kids. But God showed up and He said, it's not about you. It's about what I have already planned, what I have already worked out. He did. He worked it out. My daughter had just started working, and she was like, Mommy, I want to have your baby shower. And I was like, you what? She did. She did. I enjoyed it. Corey came. Corey became sick with all types of allergies and illnesses. And then we were already living in a house. We had moved from with my mom, and we stayed in that house 3 years. And it was time to go. God said it's time to go. So we left. And when I left everything behind. Every stitch of furniture. I brought my clothes. But left everything. Somebody could have filled their house totally furnished with all the stuff that I left behind. Put out on the trash or gave away to my neighbors. Refrigerators, deep freezers, washers and dryers. Gave it all away. And no, I wasn't evicted. Within 30 days, we moved. Just the power of God when He lay things out for you and you receive it and you stop and you think about, Lord, this is all you. I am not capable in my mind, knowing what kind of income I had, knowing that my credit was jacked up. God said that didn't matter because it's about what He can do. It's what His riches and His glory is infinite. It does not end. He can create any kind of scenario that He sees fit to bless you. He can do it. He will do it. He has done it. Is doing it. That's a blessing. It's not about getting things, but to know that my son, the baby that God gave to me, had a tumor the size of a cantaloupe inside of his body. And I cradled him, held him, laid in the bed with him, everything. Bathed him, played with him, everything. Did not know. Until the one day when God said, yes, it is time for you to find it. Because I have a blessing in this. I got a testimony that I need for you to share. I got a journey that I need for you to go on. And I need you to open your mouth and speak loud. And I did just that. It was a sense of peace over me. It was a sense of, oh, I got to share this. I got to go call my mama. I called my husband first. I called my mama. I said, Mama, they said Corey got a tumor in his body. She was like, what? I say, a big one. She was like, huh? I say, Mama, they say it's cancer. She was like, what? And of course, my mama, being wheelchair bound and not able to get out, of course, she was panicking. Because she couldn't be there too, you know. These are her grandbabies. Her grandbabies. And he is the youngest in the family right now. And she just began to cry. And I said, well, let me call. I'm going to go back in. I've already called Galen and told him he had a fit. But from that moment, Jesus. The moment that Corey opened his mouth and he spoke to me, Mommy, my stomach. I said, what? He has never complained. I don't care how much his eyes itch. He might whine or cry when his eyes, but he has never opened his mouth and said anything hurt or anything like that. He said, Mommy, my stomach. I'm recording, baby. Oh, darn it. Who is that? Oh.
Come from Rogers. Look up.
Give me a few minutes. I'm going to call you back.